between running your poultry farm yourself and employing farm workers to help you run your poultry farm, which one do you think is more profitable? Which one do you think will save you more money? Which one do you think is better? I've owned a poultry farm for 6 years now. Okay, I'm just 2 months away from marking it 6 years that I've owned a poultry farm. And in between this duration, due to inconsistencies, I've been opportune to employ just one poultry farm worker. I've been opportune to also employ several poultry farm workers at the same time. And also, I've been opportune to run the poultry farm all by myself. So everything I'll be sharing with you in this video concerning this topic is from my own personal experience. And the video is starting right now. Let me start the comparison by talking about physical presence and involvement. When you do the poultry farm business yourself, when you raise the birds yourself, you have to be 100% involved. You do everything that has to do with the farm. You'll be the one to go buy the feed, you feed the birds, you pack the farm, and you sell the birds yourself. Okay, you're physically present 100%. But there is a flip side to this. The flip side is that okay, the good thing about it is that since you're doing everything, you notice everything that happens in the farm. If there is an issue, you notice it on time and you tackle it. But the disadvantage of this is that the farm, you are tied down to the farm. It will not even be easy for you to say, let me just go out and come back, because someone has to be present in the farm. You get the point? And when this happens, at times opportunities might come and you lose the opportunity. Okay, but when you employ people to help you run the farm, that means you are leveraging on other people's physical effort. You are not involved all the time. You just come once in a while and go. You can always step out and do one or two things, come back. Opportunities come, you grab it, you run with it. You get a point. But the flip side is that you might lose direct visibility in the farm. Something might go wrong and you may not know. There are a lot of things that can go wrong in the farm. But let me move to the second point. The second point is reliability and consistency. Okay, when you are running the farm yourself, you will notice that whether you like it or not, you have to be consistent. Whether you like it or not, you have to show up every day. Tired or not, you have to, no excuses. You have to do everything by yourself. But the flip side is that when you are doing all these things, at times you get tired. You know, we are human beings. You can only do as much as your body can permit you to do. At times you get tired. But when you are working with people, when people are doing the work for you, you leverage on their own effort. They have to be the ones. But most times, the flip side about this is that at times the farm workers are not consistent and not reliable, because someone can decide to show up today and tomorrow will not show up at all. Someone might decide to go and attend to other things outside the farm that has no business with poultry farm, and that is the real cost. Okay, that's the real cost. And you notice that that inconsistency is not what your farm actually needs at any particular point in time. Now the third point is trust and risk. Trust and risk. You know, who is taking the risk? You, the main farm owner, the person providing the money to run the farm, is the one taking the risk. But inside of trust, I know you can say that you trust yourself 100%. After all, between you and the farm worker, who should you trust? But at times, even the owner of the farm can mismanage funds, okay, can lose the trust, because when sometimes business owners, farm owners do this mistake, they mix business money with personal money, or they use business money to run personal stuff, and from there, you see, that's you're already misplacing the trust that you should have on yourself. The same applies to when you employ people to work for you. A lot can happen. I've visited a farm that the owner is not present. He has people running it for him, but he will buy feed. It's a big farm anyway, somewhere in what's it called, Kefi Road. The owner buys feed in truck, but loads the truck very well. Then in the farm, everybody working for him are competing who will steal the more. The farm manager steals number of bags, the other farm workers steal their one. Even the least person will at least steal one bag. It got to a time that the man became annoyed and said, okay, since these guys are stealing a commercial feed from me and then reselling to who they're selling to, he decided to stop buying commercial feed and start milling feed himself. And they were just using normal leather, normal bag that is not branded to seal the feed. But at the end, the boys were still selling the ones that they milled. You get the point? All you can do is to sack them, bring new set of people, and the same cycle continues. I'm not saying that you cannot trust someone to run your business, but the real cost is in the risk that you're taking. When you trust someone, or when you find someone who is trustworthy, please, no matter what, hold that person and treat that person nice, okay? The fourth point is worker turnover and instability. As a farm owner, you will be there all the time now. You always come out. One thing I have to tell you about this is that workers most times don't stay for long. You get the point? When you trust your farm to workers to do the work for you, at times they get other opportunities, they get other jobs. At times for personal reasons they decide to resign. You get? When that happens, you see that it will affect you who is a farm owner depending on people who are working for you, because at that particular point in time you see yourself scavenging for farm worker, and when you see anybody, you don't care to do any background check on the person. You just bring in the person, whether he has criminal record or anything. You don't care. You are just desperate. But when you are doing this thing yourself, you don't depend on anybody. You do it by yourself. The flip side is that you get tired, and that tiredness is the real cost, which is the profit that we are talking about, because in the tiredness you might get sick and you see yourself spending money in the hospital. That's also profits going out from somewhere. You get the point? Another point is energy and burnout. When you run the poultry farm yourself, you are doing everything right. You get tired most times. Physically, mentally, you get tired. In fact, every day you get tired. Every new day, when you wake up in the morning, you wake up tired and all that. But when you have farm workers working for you, now you are leveraging their own energy. You are leveraging on their energy, right? But you still be stressed, because now, since they're the ones doing the physical work for you, raising the birds, you don't talk about the stress of raising birds. Now you're talking about the stress of managing people, because you'll be managing people at this particular point in time. A farmer can start misbehaving, a farmer can start showing attitude, and that's part of the stress you're going to go through as a farm owner. You get the point? The sixth comparison is growth and limitation. If you run the farm yourself, your growth will be limited, because you can only grow as much as your own body can carry. But when you have other people working for you, that's where you start seeing growth. When I mean by growth, you start doing expansion. You start increasing the number of birds you are raising. Why? You are not the one doing this yourself now. You are paying people. You are leveraging on their own strength. So you can afford to expand as quick as possible and grow. The seventh comparison in which one is more profitable is opportunities and your personal life. Okay. Okay, I have two workers playing one role for me. I used to interchange them. This person will work 1 week and go, the other one will work the next week and go. You understand? And the pay for the month is split into two. That means you're going to be working for 2 weeks, and you're going to, at a time, the first batch I started trying that with, they complained about transportation. Going home every week, coming back, their money is being lost to transportation. You know what transportation is right now. So I changed the pattern to, instead of working 1 week on, 1 week off, I changed it to you work 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. That means that your 2 weeks you've worked for your own entire month, so that you'll be coming back in the next 2 weeks. You get the point? So one of the time, one that did his 2 weeks and left, then before he left, I called the other one. How far? Hope you have not forgotten that you should come back. And he told me that he wasn't feeling fine. I won't force him, he's not feeling fine. What I had to do was ask the other one, he's still in farm, how far will you do 2 weeks for this guy and collect the pay? And he said he already had plans, because he's an apprentice doing electrician work, so he follows this electrician, but only when he's off. Okay, he said that he has already He's already booked to follow the electrician, so he couldn't, which means I had to step in to do the work myself. And in between these 2 weeks now, my son became sick, and only my wife took him to the hospital. Normally, I don't joke with the health of my son. You get the point? So anytime he's sick, I normally follow my wife. In fact, Nyanya General Hospital, you have to come and get number. What's it called? Custom Hospital too. You have to come very early and get number. I do that by myself. Okay, very early as 5 a.m. I've left, gone to the hospital, get number, come back, then we prepare and go back together. But at that particular point in time, I was the only one in farm. It was about to rain. I needed to pack the fowl sheet, so they went to the hospital alone. As I was packing the fowl sheet, I really felt terrible and I felt bad, because this is my own personal life, and the farm somehow traps it. And another thing with personal life and opportunities, that opportunities can come. Opportunities normally come when you are not ready for it. You get? When you are busy with another thing, that's mostly when opportunities come. If you are doing this work yourself, at times opportunities will come and go, and you won't have chance to go grab them and run with them. But when you have people doing the work for you, you have time for your personal life. And when you see opportunities come, you grab them. So if you ask me what I recommend between running the poultry farm by yourself or leaving it to farm workers to help you run, you've seen the advantage and disadvantages. I know there are lots I didn't mention anyway, but I only mentioned the one based on my own personal experiences. So if you ask me, I would say you should try a hybrid kind of pattern. Okay, hybrid, which I mean is you are part of the farm and you have workers working for you. Don't do the entire work yourself. You will burn out. In doing so, you will lose money without you knowing. Okay, and also don't leave the entire work for your farm workers to run your farm for. It will be like you are under them. You are under their mercy. Okay, their inconsistencies can ruin you. They can put your business at risk. But when you are involved partially and are doing the work with you partially, that you play kind of a supervisory role. You're always there and not there. There is something that I've learned. There is what we call muscle memory. Farm workers are not always stable. If they get something else, they will leave. If they no longer benefit from the farm, they will leave. And those periods that they are going to be leaving, you still have chicken. Farm is still going on. Who is going to take over temporarily for the meantime? It's you, the owner. Everything will be left to you to do. And if you've not been doing this thing with them small, if you've not been in the farm doing some of these things small, it will overwhelm you. But by the time you've been doing some certain things in the farm, leaving their own role for them, and you've been doing certain things in the farm, you have what we call muscle memory. Physically, it will not overwhelm you. Psychologically, it will not. You will just step in and do it. Like I told you a story of me taking over 2 weeks to do. Yes, it affected my personal life, but even if I don't have worker for 1 month, I will do the work myself. I will feel burnt out, yes, but I can be able to do it myself because of what? Muscle memory. And judging by how things are now in the society, everybody are looking for quicker money, because we are in the period of quick money. The quick money comes in both ways, both good and bad. Good in the sense that we have things like AI and other advanced knowledge that can give people quicker money, content creation and all that. You get the point? Then the flip side, the bad side is we have fraudsters, Yahoo, ritualists and others. So it's making, to get farm worker that will stay for long, it's kind of making getting farm worker a thing of the past, because people just come when they need it the most and when they feel kind of their life is getting stuck. I have someone who worked with me here. His friends, he's a young guy that just left secondary school. He worked for almost 6 months, and then normally I see the kind of status he views on WhatsApp and the kind of people he follows on TikTok. One day I asked him, he said this guy is my friend, and the guy has money, all those things. But just looking at, just me looking, this guy is a Yahoo boy. You get the point? So at times I will sit him down and talk to him. I'll tell him, see, you're not going to stay here for long. Okay? Here is not your destination, but here is just a phase that you are passing in life, and you have to just endure it and be diligent in working. I had plans for him anyway, because he said he was interested in furniture. I've already started making inquiries in Kubo Furniture, who he will go and learn work from. You get the point? Not that I would kind of, what is it called? Not that I will, after learning, I will be the one to sponsor him. No, but at least that skill is something You get the point. I just wanted him to learn the skill. When he goes there, I was still bargaining with someone to know everything I need to bring for him to come and learn. That means before he will go, I will look for a replacement for him, because he was the first son. He's the first son. Before you know, the guy said he wanted to travel to Benue and get his work certificate, and from there we will not see this guy again until I called his people. His people say yes, he came home before he traveled to Benue. I say thank God, at least he came home. You get the points. Later, from my WhatsApp status, I started hanging out with these guys, sampling club, money and others. I don't know whether it's his own or I don't care, you understand? So with this era of fast make money and all this, I think poultry farming business, the future of poultry farming is heading towards that hybrid system, and your entire family getting involved. If you have plot of land that your poultry is situated in, and that land is your own, make out a portion. Start gradually building your family house so that your family will stay there. Your children can always in the morning, if they cannot carry the bag of feed, you, the father or the mother, you bring the bag of feed for them in the poultry. And then before they go to school, when they wake up, they just come inside the poultry, share food, and then go to school. When they come back, they share that one for evening. Then in between, in the afternoon, if you have farm worker, or maybe you're employing someone who is coming from home and going every day, the person will take care of the premises, the farm. When all of you have gone, you've gone to your own work, the children have gone to school, the person comes to the farm, stays in the farm, does any farm activity that needs to be done. By the end of the day, your children comes back, person goes home. Okay, so I want you to see poultry farming this way. The society actually have spoiled. What will make you more money? Doing it yourself or employing people? For me, my recommendation, how things are going right now, just go hybrid. Participate in the farm. Don't do it yourself entirely. Don't depend on farm workers entirely. Find a middle ground. Fix yourself there. If you have space within your premises and it is your own land, build your family house there. Or contribute to the community development to make the community safer for people like your children to live within the community. Then build your family house there. You get the point? Now I have a broader video course if you are looking for where to learn how to raise broilers properly, starting from the planning phase, okay, the budgeting phase, that's the financial part of it. You have to budget properly before you bring chicken. And then the rearing phase, it's not all about do this, do that. I have to show you video-wise. It's a practical course. I brought 650 birds for the purpose of recording this course. And then I raised them and documented everything that has to do with raising those birds. And at the end, I'll teach you how to sell, because I also sold the birds and other goodies attached to it. Just click the link in the description of this video. It will lead you to a Udemy course. The course is on Udemy, okay? Just if you are looking for where to learn, one place you want to learn everything that has to do with going straight to the point in raising broilers, that is the course for you. That's it for this video, guys. See you next time.